Audio Jungle.
Welcome back to Danganronpa.
Oh yeah, I got it.
Episode 66.
I want you to tell me with the investigation.
All right.
It looks like I got a little late start on this one. So I need to make up some ground. Yeah, where have you been?
We also are making a late start, but not as late as that one time we recorded at 1 a.m.
What are you, an old ass man? It's 7 o'clock.
Maybe.
I might be.
I am old, 20-something. Sure,
You'll never
I don't
know.
mind helping. But you can promise me something. Fuck boy.
Be
Later,
Tim from
when we have time. Will you, Tim?
the fucking Timothy from South Park on the crutches. Yeah, later
You hit me up. Why you disappeared?
Why is that?
Not quite, but I'll accept it. No,
I never watched South Park.
you're not
To
missing
reject
much.
me so simply. I didn't think I did.
Anyway,
Anyway, I need your help. You don't mind, do you?
This girl at work was like, yeah, I just remember like most of my childhood was like I watched like SpongeBob, and then at some point I started watching South Park and then Family Guy, and I was like,
Oh, that's why you're
so
not
you
funny.
didn't have a you didn't have a childhood. You were raised by TV. So was I.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay.
I was raised by good TV
Shall
though,
we
like
go?
Teen Titans,
Yeah.
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah. The original boat.
Naruto.
Naruto, Dragon Ball Z.
One Piece. Thanks. Now then, shall we?
And now we're fucking
sorry.
degenerates.
Dude, I was at work. I was acting like a fool, just acting up. I had like a split second out of body experience. It just completely like knocked me out. I was just like, I just like stared for a second. I was like, sorry, I just had an out of body experience, and it felt awful. Continue.
You were like, did you lace my drink with the DMT?
It's like, it's weird because I just bought it too.
I started talking to a guy at work, and he's like, that's the one drug I'll wink wink never try.
That's the one drug I want to try.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I might have mentioned you, and it was like, yeah, that's the only one that me and my buddy want to try together.
well, Patrick wanted to do a strobe light therapy, which basically, like, they make you like you close your eyes, it strobes lights into your eyes very specifically to mimic a seizure, so your brain will trick itself into releasing more DMT than it naturally does. So you trip balls. And I was like, no, thank you. That sounds awful.
No, I'll just take
I
it.
mean, when it's legal, it's never gonna be legal.
Yeah, when it's legal.
We're gonna do it with a tribe. It's
Only
Makoto. First, I like to
legally.
examine the corpses.
Examine the corpses. I can't believe I'm hearing that from a girl the same age as me.
Why? Because she did it last time.
correct.
Dead bodies don't lie, you know. They tell the truth as far as easily as the living.
Hey,
But
Would you
Kevin,
agree?
I can't believe it.
Databayo.
How am I supposed to answer?
anyway,
With my mouth? No way.
No, I'll just say it in my head.
How? You know, we had to hurry before the show begins. It doesn't begin until we're done investigating. God.
Yeah,
Kyoko.
you're right.
Okay, then show me where the bodies are.
They're in my ass.
They're in the
They're in the
suppository.
repository.
They're in the suppository. They are in
They're
your
in my
ass.
ass.
They're going to be.
Then I guess we should head that way for now.
What floor are we on? The wrong one.
Go to the 3rd floor. That's where the
Oops.
repository
Apparently A slows you down. Is this the way to... No. I was near it. Making my way downtown. Walking fast. Faces pass. I'm homebound. Every time I just think of that Vine of the Spider-Man slapping each other's cheeks in bed. And I need you. Alright.
We have to sing everything off key now because of claims.
Alright.
I mean, not that they're gonna claim much.
Claim this dick, baby.
You can have it. I don't want it.
I don't want it anymore. Hifumi and Taka.
For a moment, Kyoko seemed to go rigid, but only for a moment.
Her skirt went back down afterwards.
so then,
Well, then let's get started.
Her jimmies seemed ruffled.
Turns out, not a single one of these people in here were a lady. They were all trap as fuck.
She crouched down next to Taka and without hesitation began poking and prodding the bodies.
Oh, I can't wait till she pokes Hifumi. I'm gonna go find was right. They were killed using similar weapons.
Her movements were so smooth. She was so calm. Seeing how comfortable she was made me feel a little more comfortable.
You don't sound like it in your own head. I'm gonna poke him.
She got them stick thighs.
Hell yeah. I
Taka
use it
was
to pick the
killed.
broccoli out of my teeth.
Taka was killed by a blow to the head.
Astounding
I don't
observation.
know why, but I have massive chest pain today.
How'd you know? Whereas the layman pronounces it
Angina.
vagina. What?
Oh. He must have been struck with Justice Hammer 4, which was lying on the floor in the equipment room. And there's a tarp laid out under his body. The killer must have used it to move Taka's body.
But not the tip, not his toes though, on his right foot. They left that one behind.
I like Princess Mono. That way it wouldn't leave any bloodstains as it was moved.
She just kisses anybody she sees. She's very sickly. Why does his head look so
The
weird?
biggest problem I have right now
God damn, quit roasting the
is
man.
how the killer was able to move Hifumi's massive corpse from the nurse's office where he was discovered to here, the repository, all the way from the first floor to the third floor, and
Ain't
without
nobody-
anyone noticing.
Nobody getting him up the stairs. He getting himself up the stairs.
I just can't see how that's possible. Further, it seems Hifumi died from a blow to the head.
Oops.
He was most likely killed using Justice Hammer 3, which we found in nurse's office.
In nurse's office?
But nurse's office.
But I need to hit the 8 button.
When we found his body in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered in blood.
Head to toe. The glasses were.
But now they're spotless. Does that mean someone wiped his glasses clean? But who would do that, and why?
So when you think,
So he could see, dumbass.
personally, do you think in your own voice, somebody else's voice, or in pictures?
Yes.
It's hard to believe. No, I mean like if just random thought pops in your head, and it's not like you're trying to think of someone or something they said, just like you thinking to yourself about yourself.
I don't...
Is it just your voice, someone else's voice?
It's
or
not-
pictures. Because it blew my mind that people think in pictures, and like they don't speak in their head.
I can see pictures in my head,
Oh,
but I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
think with pictures.
Yeah, like they think in imagery.
Like, I can daydream and be, like, off on a shore somewhere or whatever
Yeah.
I'm thinking about, but normally it's my own.
And yeah, and then
I guess, because I don't really... It's not like a sound.
I asked a
It's more
guy
like-
at work, and he
I
was
don't
like, "No, it's just a generic voice. It's not mine." I'm like,
Yeah.
It's like that's fucking weird to me.
Yeah, it's...
I was like, obviously, I can think in other people's voices if I actively
Yeah.
want to, but just my thinking is just me.
Well, I know it's me, but it doesn't sound like me.
You can't raise the volume in your own head.
It's...
Think
Yeah.
about that.
But like if I hear myself recorded in videos like this and stuff like that, that's why I think it's weird, because I don't hear that in my head. Like when I'm actively thinking, that's not the voice I hear. I just hear some generic me voice. But it's not like just a bland voice, it's mine.
Yeah, it's weird.
But I don't think in pictures.
Humans' minds are weirds.
Some people don't think. Some people think out loud.
I have
And that's the only way they
sibling
can
like that. I have somebody at work like
I
that.
have a sibling like that. He can't read in his head. He has to read out loud.
So me and this
And I
guy,
hate it.
me and my subordinate at work, my underling, if you will, we're both late constantly. So I can't reprimand him because I'm also late.
Your henchman.
My henchman. But my boss came in and reprimanded us.
Yeah.
Fair and square. He came to me and he's like, "Do you have any questions about this?" I was like, "None at all. I'm signing the paper."
Reprimanded for being late.
Yes.
Okay.
And you know,
About time.
I'm later than the other guy, but he's also later than the 15-minute rule that's given. And my boss walks over to him, and he's like, "What time did you get here?" He's like, I don't know, my watch is fast. It was like 8:05, and he's like, "I was in here at 8:10. You weren't in here." He's like, "That's what I was saying. Like my watch is fast." So it was, I don't know. And I was like, in my mind, I was like, that's not how that works. Your watch would be slow if your watch was fast, you would have been here at 7:45
Even
thinking
so,
it was 8:05.
You have a watch, you have a phone, you have a car.
Yeah.
Everything has a clock on it.
Exactly.
So that's not a valid excuse.
That was the other guys in the office's
It's
argument.
not a valid excuse.
And it's just like everything he does, he makes an excuse for immediately, like, off the top of his head. And I know he hasn't thought it through because it's always just wrong and dumb. But it's like, I was just like, he came to me first and asked me, and I said no. Like, I don't have any problems with this. He goes over to him and he's just like, yeah, but and with my watch, it's slow and like.
We've started doing like
Dakota, I
a
found
clock in
something.
thing, and I was like 2 minutes late, and the day shift supervisor, which is not my boss, tried to reprimand me for it, and I was like, first of all, 2 minutes. 2 minutes. And it was because I was waiting on all these motherfuckers to clock in with the same one clock that we have.
And if you'll forget about it, I'll suck your dick, baby.
It's a chick, but yeah.
I'll suck your clit.
I won't. She's
like,
gross.
that's.
But
She
also,
never
I was
watches.
like, you're not my. I don't think you're my supervisor, so I don't think it concerns you. But she like,
Boom, roasted.
She like tried to have this gotcha moment where she printed off a piece of paper that showed that I was 2 minutes late, and I'm like,
It's like, you're wasting more time than I did trying to clock in for 2 minutes.
it's
Congratulations.
like, wow, cool.
Yeah, we don't clock in or out. We just like,
awesome.
this is the time I work. Thank you. Bye.
That's how we were doing it, but they want
I wouldn't get a full paycheck.
they want to watch us a little closer, so whatever. You did?
You did. You remember the wristwatch Taka wore on his left hand?
He did.
You're so oblivious that you could look. Do you dislike other people that much?
No, that's not it.
I don't dislike you.
Anyway, you said he had a watch.
So then,
Take a look. It's broken. You can see the hands are moving, right? That's why he was late. It's always 8:05. Most likely broke the encounter with his assailant. And if you notice, the hands are frozen at just past 6 o'clock. Doesn't mean they couldn't
So
move.
that would mean the watch was broken sometime after 6.
No, that doesn't mean that at
That's
all.
what that means.
that's right.
But last night, Taka's watch definitely wasn't broken. How long you gonna keep us waiting?
Taka's irritated voice pierced the air as he stared pointedly at his wristwatch.
It's almost 10 o'clock. You know that. Bedtime all the time, boys, girls.
In
March,
other
he went
words,
insane. March. So if you worked at 10 last night, she couldn't have been broken at 6 p.m. It could have been.
Meaning, it must have happened at 6 this morning.
Oh my god.
Broken wristwatch has been added to the chest bullet section of your handbag.
Smart people only. This is some big brain shit. Don't come around if you can't understand. That's not all. Look at that Taka's left hand.
Maybe I'm gay. Maybe stereotypes are bullshit.
He appears to be gripping something.
You're right. There's something white in there.
Makoto,
But it's paper. Can you try to pry it out?
Bummer. Me?
because
No. Rigor mortis has already set in. Boys are better suited to this kind of manual labor, right?
I don't want to touch the body more than I have to.
It's like soccer is right there.
Okay. As much as I didn't want to, I grasped Taka's cold hand. The ice-cold hand was nearly enough to cause my heart to stop beating.
It's rough. It's rough.
So Taka's the only one who's actually dead. After some effort, I was finally able to free the object from his tightly clenched fist. A piece of
It's a paper
paper.
airplane.
hey,
Is that all he had in his hand?
I'm sorry. I didn't want to sneeze into the mic again this week.
Well, that way.
Yeah, next time. Yeah, that's it. I'm sorry I've given you the coronavirus.
Giving me the China clap.
It's because I'm Asian.
It's also the Wuhan virus. Corona's the type. I will not correct you anymore, sir.
Fine. I have Kung Flu. Just a
There you
little
go.
scrap of paper. Doesn't seem like much of a clue, does it?
Everybody was Kung Flu dying. I wonder about that.
Kyoko then turned to Hifumi's body.
Pretty proud of myself. Just came up with that.
so then,
Let's check if anybody know. Perhaps he left a few clues on his own. Tickle, tickle.
Just touches him. He's warm. He's not dead.
Fuck.
Kyotaka's scrap of paper has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
Can we have read it? Yes, let's
Time to check the fat man's body. The biggest problem I have right now is how they kill her.
God damn it.
This is a big problem. Pretty fucking fat, if you ask me.
Yes, he did die from the bloodhead. No, not again.
When we found him, he was covered in blood, but now his glasses are spotless. Maybe we should talk to Kyoko. So, did you find anything?
Indeed.
Indeed, I found the same thing twice in a row. I did more than I expected, to be honest. Well, look at this.
A wad of paper?
Oh, yes.
right.
He blew his wad into it. He fooled me had it hidden on him.
Hidden?
Indeed.
He shoved it in his pants. So I can only assume he hid it on purpose, you see.
In his pants? Wait, so you...
Pants!
He's
Why
dead.
not?
Chill.
It's just his pants, not like his socks or anything. Why does his socks
I
be worse?
don't know what that means.
They smell.
Hey,
Anyway, let's take a look at the paper. Go ahead, Makoto, open it up.
When I think of how this was stuffed down his pants, it's like I'm grabbing his dick. It better be important, Hifumi, or I'll never forgive you for this.
Is this like when women stuff their bras as he's stuffing his junk?
A note?
No.
I found a hole. Maybe we can use it to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m.
so
That sounds very familiar.
That's it. It's the same thing Hiro said. Then he was telling us the truth.
however,
No, it's not exactly the same. Is it? Fucking Watson, you're so dumb.
Last night, someone slipped a weird note under my door. And here's what it said. I found a hole. Maybe we could use it to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else. For now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
I found a hole, so let's use it to escape this not having sex thing. The hole's my butthole.
It's my bro hole.
Yeah, it's my bussy.
The time is different.
Is it?
Hiro told us that his note said to meet at 1 a.m. But the note they wrote to Hifumi asked him to meet at 6 a.m.
is that right?
I don't just, because Hifumi, I had a note. It doesn't have to mean it doesn't for him.
Huh?
Sorry, I got trying to clap all of a sudden.
So,
Part of it has been torn off, right? I think there's a little meaning there.
There's some meaning to part of it being ripped off.
Oh. I just saw meaning to being ripped.
Could you maybe explain it a little more?
Think carefully.
hey,
Why would you have been cutting that scrap of paper so tightly?
I have no idea.
You are an imbecile.
Yeah.
so then,
What if it wasn't just a scrap of paper, but he was holding it? What if it was something more important? And now it would be something important like that to become a scrap of paper? That's what you need to enter.
But we've already found the torn piece of
Quit
paper.
being Byakuya, just tell me.
The note Hifumi had has been added to the truth bullets section of your handbook.
hey,
And while we're at it, I should tell you one other thing. The two victims this time definitely had their e-handbooks on them. So the handbooks have nothing to do with the murders we carried out. Not that there was a reason to they would be connected to the killings in the first place.
So you're saying I don't have to think about the handbooks this time?
is that right?
You didn't have to think about them at all. I wouldn't have gone on my way to mention it. So I say there was used to help to carry out the murders. There was a common point, however, when the handbooks may play a role.
The handbook may play a role. I don't think I understand, but if Kyoko thinks it's important, I'd better keep it in mind.
Mind.
E-handbook has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
Hell yeah. Ding dong bing bong.
It is now officially nighttime.
Are you excited? Are you pumped? It's time for the class.
It's already time for the class
I
trial.
don't think we investigated it enough.
Are you pumped? It's time. You're too late. Fuck you.
I was not ready to do this week.
Like the burst of fireworks, like the flash of a soul clashing with life and death.
And so, with no further ado,
Stop stealing my
everyone,
lines.
please meet at the usual spot. Make
Usual.
your way to the red door on the first floor of the school.
Where's that?
See you soon.
Did you say the 4th floor?
It would seem.
I've never been there before.
Yes, get it. It's unfortunate, but I suppose the investigation comes to an end. You have to figure out the rest of yourself and come to the proper conclusion.
Yeah, during the trial. Yeah, you're right.
He just starts crying. What about get going, you crybaby whore?
It's like, why do I have to figure it out? If
What?
this is
Yeah,
a
why
group
am I
effort?
always the one figuring it
This
out?
is a group effort. We should all be figuring it out.
Maybe her and Byakuya make him figure it out because he's the lucky one and it'll always come out right.
Oh, that is clever.
He's very clever.
That is clever.
He's
and
a
he always
Jap-
looks out
Oh, we
with the
actually
right
have
answer.
to. Are we actually going to the 4th floor? Did you read that, or would you just? Oh,
What?
No,
No,
we're
it's the
going, yeah.
first floor. But we'll start the class trial next time. We'll
Everyone is here next time.
next time.
Nick, Claudia.